What I just learned about what the central bank of central bankers wants to do with gold has me astonished and quite surprised, actually. And I wonder what it could mean potentially to a shift in the world order. I'll explain exactly what I mean in this video as we explore. We don't need any organization to tell us what gold's value is and its importance in society. For thousands of years, gold, just by its mere existence and physical properties, has proven itself to be the ultimate store of value. And it's also been mentioned many hundreds of times in the Bible and recognized in our Constitution as money indeed. And that, I think, is more than enough that we need to understand what gold has been for thousands of years. But the Bank of International Settlements, who is the central bank of central bankers, they have, since 2019, marked gold as a Tier 1 asset, an upgrade from a Tier 3 asset, making gold equal to and on par with cash. And this really set the stage for what central banks have been doing since then. Starting in about 2022, we have seen record amounts of gold moving into the coffers of central banks around the world, especially in nations in the East. But even Eastern European nations as well have been accumulating a lot more gold. It's been quite a thing to see. And did they need the Basel III Accords to do this? No. But I think it really is something that is groundbreaking, because we start to see the liquidity of gold really make itself known and manifest itself in the international world. And to such a degree now that they're taking it to a step above, a surprising step that I didn't think would ever happen. A member of the community sent me a piece here from Kitco that discusses this, and it really is amazing to see that you can go above a Tier 1 asset classification by the Bank of International Settlements to a revision of the Basel III Accords here. The LBMA and World Gold Council met with the Bank of International Settlements to reclassify gold as a high-quality liquid asset under the new banking rules. Now, the London Bullion Market Association and the World Gold Council are pushing to have gold reclassified under the Basel III banking framework, according to a report that has been published on Thursday by India's Gem and Jewelry Export Promotion Council. This is going to set the stage for something big, I feel. The GJIEPC wrote that senior LBMA representatives, including Paul Fisher, Ruth Crowell, David Cornell, and Edel Tully, joined the World Gold Council's Mike Oswin in Basel, Switzerland, for a meeting with the Bank of International Settlements. The LBMA World Gold Council delegation met with Neil Esho, who's the Secretary General of the Basel Committee, and Noel Reynolds, head of the Basel III implementation, to make the case for gold as a high-quality liquid asset. This reclassification of gold from its current status as a Tier 1 asset to a high-quality liquid asset would bring about enhanced market stability, improving liquidity, regulatory compliance benefits, greater confidence and trust in the financial system, and overall economic and financial stability. You know, it makes me wonder what exactly this means, because gold's price is continuing to rise, and even though its price fluctuates, we've seen it move heavily in an upwards direction, breaking all-time highs in recent in the last year or so. And we're seeing it again, even as I record this video, testing new all-time highs in nominal dollars. The JGEPC report said that this would be advantageous for both financial institutions and the broader economy. Does this mean that it could lead to a price-fixing mechanism to where it can't move above a certain range? I don't know. I kind of doubt they would have that kind of power rather than the natural market. But you never know. What other impetus would this lead to be? What other motivation could it be other than maybe setting themselves up for a gold-backed currency between nations, maybe even the BRICS nations, to make it even easier and make gold even more trusted in that regard? But the natural market and where we see things now should be enough, I think, because gold does not react as wildly as silver and others in the commodity sector. The LBMA said the meeting was productive, and the report said that the delegation received assurances from the BIS about the possible reclassification of gold as an HQLA, high-quality liquid asset. The discussion centered around the broad criteria for HQLA status and the progress made in the gold market concerning data transparency. I wonder what that means. The LBMA shared a working paper with the BIS containing data which supports gold potential classification as a high-quality liquid asset. And according to an LBMA presentation by David Garnell from December of last year, the paper will form part of a broader study which explores the potential of gold as a high-quality liquid asset in the modern financial landscape. The research aims to present evidence that gold meets the criteria of a Level 1 HQLA under Basel III regulations, Garnell reports. It underscores gold's resilience, liquidity, and stability, particularly in times of financial stress. Well, that's all readily apparent. We know that. We've known that for a long time about gold's liquidity and about its stable store of value proposition. This is not new. It's just they want to classify it and give it that pedigree, I guess, in their system. It's very interesting. I think this definitely could be a game changer for the entire world. And what will it mean for its price? What will it mean for you and me? Well, I think it'll just mean that if they don't somehow find a way to adjust price or to limit price movement from day to day, in other words, it can't move more than $20 per day, I think that would be something else if they could have that kind of power. I don't know that they would. I don't know that this is what that means, but I do believe that certainly more recognizability, more liquidity means that it could definitely be utilized for transactions and be able to back up essentially a lot of the other assets, the foreign exchange reserves that they have. And it would empower, I think, nations that are growing their gold reserves for that liquidity proposition. And it could be used for swaps, loans, and that type of thing, which really already gold is utilized between central banks, and it is highly liquid at this point in time. I honestly, in a way, don't see the need for this. I can't think of any more high-quality liquid asset than gold anyway. But nonetheless, this is interesting that it's occurring, and just to this new designation. The presentation lists a number of elements that the LBMA believes support gold's classification as an HQLA. It includes gold's fundamental characteristics, such as gold's high credit standing, low legal risk and denomination, and in U.S. dollars, and its market characteristics, such as low volatility, negative correlation, and risky assets, an active and sizable market. That everybody has known all of this for years. I don't see what's any different there. Gold meets all four fundamental and three market characteristics for high-quality liquid assets, Garnell wrote. The joint delegation also presented additional findings from the ongoing academic study, which further substantiates gold qualifications. I don't know. To me, that's kind of like making an argument for the obvious. But it'll be very interesting to see how this is handled and taken up by the Basel, with the Basel framework, but also what the Bank of International Settlements will do and how they'll react to this. It's fascinating. To me, it's unnecessary. But I don't know. They must be setting themselves something for some sort of political ramifications or outlook that can be that I think likely could maybe even usher in a potential for either a BRICS currency backed by gold, or to make it much easier for nations to back their currencies by gold and have that translated through the international banking community, so that when you have currencies like the ZiG, the Zimbabwe gold-backed dollars there, then that will be automatically recognized for international transactions because it's gold back as a high-quality liquid asset. That's the only benefit that I could see. And if you have a BRICS currency that could be coming down the road, that very well could be bolstered by this new designation. What I like to do here on this channel is to bring you the latest news, insights, and analysis. And so if you find what I do here enjoyable and informative, I hope you will consider pressing that thumbs up button down below and subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. This piece finishes out that says that the delegation received constructive feedback on the additional information the committee requires to proceed with the reclassification. So it almost sounds like that this is almost a done deal, that this could occur. A Tier 1 asset plus as a high liquid quality asset, or high quality liquid asset. It'll be very fascinating to see how this plays out. And I want to thank again the member of the community who sent this piece to me. It's quite intriguing to see. And so let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. Hope you found this video informative, insightful, and educational. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to each and every one of you for taking the time to watch, and to encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.